Welcome in, everybody. How's it going? My name is Josh. This is Gaming Joy Channel, and we are playing Roadcraft today. Yay! I forget, is Roadcraft the one where I have to be on the middle or the right? I don't know. Anyways, let's jump back into Sojurn. And we're about almost 50% done. It's pretty exciting. Sojurn's just overall, it's a fun map. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It's like a really good combination of exploring. Okay, she's got something to say.
I guess even sinkholes know better than to open under supply depots. Or they like taller structures. Like that newly built radio tower that got swallowed by one. That's why they had to reactivate the old one, which we need to fix. But sometimes there's no fixing the old things. And it's better just to let it go. Let's hope that's not the case this time.
Alright. So, welcome in. Yeah, so one thing I'm liking about this map is it's a really good combination of exploration, of building new roads, and also recycling. There's a lot of recycling going on this map. In a fun way. Just so I don't miss this barrel later, we're going to put it over here. There we go. All right, let's head over to the sinkhole, I guess. What the heck? Okay. That's weird. I haven't uncovered this part of the map at all yet, so like it's my first time. And we've reached the destination, I guess. Cool. I didn't really do anything, but we reached the destination. That just looks like a muddy mess, huh? Oh, we have to get to the other side of this thing. Do we have a map? That seems more logical to go that way. Let's go this way. See what's over here. Oh, interesting. Fuel plant. A garage of some kind. That's cool. Oh, you want me to go down into that? Oh, okay. I'm assuming I go this way. I'm assuming I'm not supposed to drive into the water.
Well, the moment of truth. I always wanted to say that. The port is all but ready to receive the massive shipments we're waiting for to issues.
Okay.
And here's where you come in. You need to fix the pipelines around the port and prepare a proper route through its territory. Nothing you haven't done before. But now it's really important. If you can't do this, we're facing an ecological disaster and rising gas prices. The company sure does care about those.
Ecological disaster, huh? Oh, I see. Whoa, whoa. This place is a mess. I'm totally gonna fall. Yep. See, there's a winch point up there, but I can't get to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna recover. I don't care. Like, there's no purpose to me. So there's oil pumps over here, I guess. Let's go to the harbor base. Yeah, whatever. Not worth my time. Oh wait, where's the HUD? All right, that's what we wanted. And yes, I did want my face in the middle. Okay. What are we supposed to do? Rebuild the port infrastructure. Track. Infrastructure, replace pipes. Okay. We have any pipes? We do. We need a mule to replace or cover the harbor. I just kind of leave stuff where they are, just for fun. There we go. And let's go over and get some pipes that we recycled. We can recycle some more today, I guess. My truck is still there from the recycling efforts from last time. Really? I'm a little bit out of whack in my crane control today. Usually really good about it. There we go. It's a bummer that it can't secure cargo while it's moving. That bums me out. In some way. I'm gonna change my view here a little bit. I don't want that. Much better. So there we go. We're grinding through. Gonna replace some pipes up here, I think. As you can see, in the past, between last time and this time, I cleared out this big, huge section of concrete and trucked it over to the other location. There's still a bunch of steel to recycle. We can do that next. But where is the pipes that I need to fix? Let's look. No, oh my gosh, look at all the this map is like insane with the number of resources that can be recycled. It's just, yeah, it's insane. Replace pipes. Okay. I'm right here. There's one pipe there and one pipe there, so they're way over here. Okay. We're gonna go replace some pipes. I like these fuel tanks. They're cool looking. One thing this game definitely has going for it is the visuals are just spot on. Come on. Oh, that's interesting. It's missing pipes entirely. It's not just like replace this pipe. It's I don't have a pipe. Interesting. I mean, it's kind of lame, but you can just do this. It just drops into place. Personally, I think hard mode should make you get a lot closer. If they ever do a hard mode. I don't know if I'd replay the game. But I would definitely activate it. Excuse me, super early. All right, jump over here and replace this other pipe. And I think then we have to make a route and then probably build roads because this is a road building game. Okay. Oh, I like this. So you see the gas tank there? those big gas tanks. And then here's another one, but it's under construction. I love the fact they have the under construction like look to it. That's awesome. All right, so we'll go over here. We'll place this pipe. Oh wow, that's the first one that I randomly dropped that didn't work. All right, so I think that's it. And now we have to go back. But since we're going back anyways, we'll pick up some recycling. I mean, we're already here, right? I could pick up all the barrels, but there's so many barrels in this map, I'm just not going to bother. I'm looking for the bigger stuff. Like, I could spend my entire life picking up barrels on this map. There's got to be 1,000 barrels. I mean, they're everywhere. On the other maps, it was like not as much, but here it's just like, that's all there is. So the forklift to recycle. There's so many forklifts on this map. I haven't even started like recycling forklifts yet. But there's a lot. And I'll probably recycle them all. Yeah, you're mad at me. I know. I get it. With the amount of time it takes to like lift and load and like organize the things that you're... I wanted this thing. The amount of time it takes, you kind of have to just get what you can, stick to the things that are the heaviest. They're going to give you the most money, I guess. You can, recycle everything if you really want to. Just kind of what I'm doing for like the concrete. I'm just recycling all of it. You'll see. There we go. Zooming up. Getting this one in there. For the most part, I'm just like getting it relatively close. And then just dropping it. Because, I mean, it's just recycling. It doesn't have to be neat. And if I try to make it neat, I end up spending way too much time doing this. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. like this. Spending too much time just stacking a refrigerator. Alright, let's go drop this stuff off. And then we'll set up a new infrastructure route from the port here. I think. I have a feeling this map is going to be one of those maps I come back to collect stuff. Like, I feel like I'm going to be able to finish the overall routes and road building on this one pretty quickly. I'm already 46%. Like, that's pretty far along. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Never know. Alright. Need maintenance. Concrete fab facility to Riverlock. All rewards received. Start plotting. From the port. Where am I going? Where am I going? To the terminal. Where's the terminal? Oh, I'm just going from there to there? That's kind of a lame route. I don't even have to do any work for that. Now this other route is running still, so I'm gonna go ahead and like do a two-way route so they don't run into each other. I'll have to adjust the other one. That's okay. Dispatch. And then this one, open. And hit L to cancel it, just for now, so that I can not have to worry about it. I'm going to move it right now. I'm just going to turn this into a two-way route. Nothing's running on it right now because you can't edit it while it's running, which is okay. Do. There we go. Good enough. It's a little wide, but he made it. And there we go. Done. Oh, that's cool. I get a new truck. The work is far from over.
I was expecting more jobs for you once help arrived. After all, someone has to help the helpers. Otherwise, how are they going to help anyone? But this has gotten way out of hand. My entire desk is covered with printouts. It'll take me a while to sift through it all. But I found some requests you can take care of in the meantime. I guess I'll just send them over to you in a batch. You're a self-starter, right?
Yeah, I am, I guess. All right. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Prepare the resources Store resources. The downside is I have these things, but I have to move them from one facility to the other, which is kind of annoying. That's fine. Restart the gas in canyon holder. These are the ones I'm gonna have to run electricity to, which is always fun. I like running electricity. Plan a route to the Oasis gas holder, which is from the port to somewhere that doesn't exist yet. I don't even know where that's going. Canyon gas holder. Oh, I gotta go from here, from the port to here, which is gonna mean paving this dirt road here so that people can get there. That's gonna take some time. What else? Objectives. That's planning a route. Restart it. So it doesn't make sense to actually go to it until I can restart it. This is going to need a route from where? No. This one? Port to the Oasis gas holder. Canyon gas holder, Oasis. Oh gosh, I have to go through both those areas. So we basically need to get from the port to there, and we need to make a nice road the whole way there. Okay, so first, so I've made this mistake before. First, we're going to connect the electricity. Because what we can do is run the electricity down the road and then pave over the electrical lines we just ran. And then we don't have to worry about it. So we're going to have to run electricity. I like running electricity, so we're going to run electricity now. Where is my electrical line layer thing? Whatever it's called. Okay, you recover to here. Oh, look, I have this whole steel area right here that I can recycle stuff from. Cool. I got like my work cut out for me for recycling off stream. This version is so much faster than the what's it called? The Rusty version. Especially for transporting like this, it's significantly faster.
It always gets me when someone builds critical infrastructure and has one power cable for it. It's like, golly, we certainly can't splurge on a backup power cable that will cost us a few $100, can we? And keep millions in losses. Plastic.
Exactly. Thank you, Kelly. All right, how do I connect this? All right, how am I going to connect to here? I can go right out here at the gate, I think. Hopefully. Yep. That was weird. This is easily one of my favorite vehicles in the game. I don't know why. It just is. There's one spot here where there's no track. I have to cross the track right here. I can't cross it up here. So I have to go this way. I wonder if I can just make a bridge across the sinkholes. What's going on here? So random. How sometimes it wants to lay cable and sometimes it doesn't. It's very finicky. Okay. And then next we have to get from here to here. And I think going over anywhere with these rocks is going to be tricky. The only way to go is down the middle of the road. Right? Because, like, a lot of this stuff is going to be land you can't break because the rocks underneath. the only way is to go in the middle of the road. Almost there. Come on. Come on. There we go. My electricity infrastructure is completed. And I think I've connected those two, so let's move this out of the way. Just put it right here in case we need it. Okay. Objectives. Now here, track. Now we need a route. Start plotting from here. Oh, that's a weird place to start. I should just go out here. I'll obviously have to build roads here. Unless they give me really good vehicles. And I don't think I can do a bridge across here. I think it's too long. So we're going to come like this. We're going to go along the canyon edge. We'll build a road up through here. Let's see what vehicles it gives me. Oh, he might actually make it. Or not. See, it all depends on the routes they're giving you when you dispatch a vehicle. Sometimes they give you actually off-road capable vehicles. At which point your route can be off-road because he's still going to make it. But if they give you like minivans, sometimes the minivans are not off-road capable, so they're not going to be able to make a challenging route, and you're going to have to pave the whole thing. But not always. So I'd say personally that it makes sense to just plot the route. And if you need to fix the roads on the route, then fix the roads. What happened? What just happened? Did something happen? Vehicle failed. How did he fail? I didn't see him fail. Where? It didn't even say where he didn't fail there. Oh, maybe the second vehicle failed there. That's probably what it was. Alright, let's get the road crew out here. Road crew, where you at? Road crew. Road crew. You. Harbor. And we have a new vehicle we can try out for flattening, which is super handy. And hopefully we'll have sand access the whole way. Otherwise we're gonna have to get the backall thing out here. Activate the nearby sand quarry or enter an active quarry radius. Okay. Sand quarry. Activate quarry. 6 fuel to activate. What the heck? I don't have any fuel. Explore. No, that's not going to give me any money. Missing fuel tanks. I can deliver those. I know how to do that one. No. No. So I can get 5 of the fuels by doing this one. Okay. I'll do that one. Vehicles. And then they'll only have to buy 1 fuel, which will be useful. They gave me a cargo truck. Whoopity-doo. Look at me. What an amazing cargo truck. And then the other thing they gave me is, where is it? I just saw it. Here. Look at this thing. That's awesome, but it does have, hold on. Manual asphalt destruction. Oh, it has sand flattening. Finally, a wider blade. And a marching mode that's not like raising the roof. I think this is going to be my new sand flattening tool. All right, awesome. We need the mule. Where'd the mule go? No, we're going to go. We're going to recover him to the countryside base. Because where we're picking up these fuel tanks is actually pretty close to this base. I do have to cross the river, though. So I'm going to have to go over here and cross the river. I should make a new bridge that crosses the river in a nicer location. It's a direct access to the countryside base instead of this big kind of loop that we're doing over time. Wonder if there's a better location. I'll have to look. later. I don't know if I can fit both of these tanks in here, but I'm certainly going to try. Hey, USG, how's it going? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Roadcraft. Sojurn. We're cruising through. We did get the new new bulldozer, which is great. I didn't even know I was getting it. I'm just playing the game, so I'm not looking ahead or anything. So we did get a new bulldozer, which is pretty cool looking. Looks pretty nice, especially I personally really like the tracked vehicles in this game. I think the tracked vehicles in this game are really awesome. And as you can see, I've put in a little bit of sand over here. Basically giving myself access to all of the things that are recycled, so that I can get my crane into the areas to recycle them. So I laid down a lot of sand. A lot of sand. Oh, if you were watching the stream last night, if you remember, I started harvesting that big 55 hectare field of alfalfa. Yeah. We're gonna get just a little bit of alfalfa off that field. I picked a mode. I was playing for a little bit off stream, and of the field, we've probably mowed about half of it so far, or swathed it. But we've already picked up almost 2 million liters. So, and we've only picked up like a third of it so far at most. So that field's going to give me 6,000 to 7,000 million liters of alfalfa, and I don't even know what to do with all that alfalfa. Like, I don't have storage facilities for 6 million liters of alfalfa. That's just too much. And so I'm going to have to create storage facilities for that much alfalfa so that I have somewhere to store it. And then I'll have to do something with it. I think, like, so some of it I'm going to have to, like, because the storage is based on each type. So especially for the production, so it's like 2 million liters per production input. So I'm gonna have to TED some of it or something to make sure I have enough space. Yeah, like that map really needs a large amount. And I did make a silo for the hayloft, but I think I made it the wrong size. So I think it's only, the silo itself is only 2 million liters. I have to update it to 10 million. Or something, because 2 million's not enough. So I'll probably update it to 10 million and just go from there. Wait, where am I? Am I even going the right place with this? Hold on. I'm like just assuming that it's going across the river. Objectives. Yeah. Oh, I was supposed to... I'm going the wrong place. It's just supposed to go over here. Yeah, like that field. I don't know. Geek, did you have alfalfa on that field also? The one just above the Copper Creek Farm, field 61, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of alfalfa. But you got weed on it? I wonder how much you got off of it. I may convert that field to wheat or barley or whatever's needed for whiskey. Barley? Is whiskey made from barley? I forgot. Can I squeeze through over here? I think so. I paved that road and then I built a bridge right beside the road that I paved. Yeah, I'm just curious about how many liters you're going to get off of it. And I'll keep track of how many liters I'm getting off it for the alfalfa. Barley and dried corn, so I'm going to need a cornfield. I like how the whiskey recipes are moderately complex. That's cool. Anyways, we're over here on Sojurn. We're just continuing on with the quest. We ran some roots, ran some power. We ran power from, I keep hitting escape. We ran power from here. Where is it? Infrastructure. We ran power from here all the way up to here and then all the way up to here. That was kind of a pain in the ass. We replaced some pipes over here, which was boring. And then off stream on this map, I also filled the bottom of this area with sand, flattened it out so that I could get trucks in here to get rid of all the concrete. I built a bridge to get from the bottom to the top, and then I built a bridge to get from this road over here over to the concrete slab facility. My concrete slab facility currently has like 81 concrete slabs in it or something redonkulous. I did fill in these two bridges here because I'm just collecting so much concrete that why not? And I almost feel like there should be, like from right here, there should be a bridge from here to here. Can I do that? From here to there. Yeah, that works. Since I have so many concrete slabs, that's just like not even a problem. So my concrete slab facility is here. Whoop. And I have 75 concrete slabs, so that's not a problem. Okay. Wait, where's the mule? I was driving the mule at that when I was talking, and I totally forgot where I was. All right, let's finish this trip. Oh, that would be cool. How do you make malt? I don't even know. Where does malt come from? That's a fermented process, isn't it? Is malt made from wheat? Or is malt made from like a... I almost feel like malt is a dairy process. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. This is not meant to go here. It's meant to go... Oh, it is meant to go here. Ah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could always, you know, geek. I could always, you and I could work on that and add it. I mean, those kind of things are just recipes and items, which are relatively easy to do. If you want malted beer, we'll make malted beer. Because it'll be fun for me to play with too, so. But to get around all the haters, we're going to have to make it legit. So we got to do it the right way. Oh, interesting. So maybe it's a process that involves a significant amount of water. That would make sense. we're just gonna put this right here in this guy's backyard. He wanted a new tank, right? Yeah, you wanted some old rusty tanks, right? How about selecting the tank that's in the bed right underneath you? Stupid selection logic. It's the hardest thing to do in productions, make it wait 3 doors. Yeah, you can't do that yet. You just have to make the malting process a very slow process. But I do think that Mark, welcome in, Mark. That is a good point. The one thing that I think Farm Sim does not account for, because of the weird timescales that the game has, is it doesn't account for time very well. Right? Like, if I have a worker doing a field and I speed up time, that means he should get done faster. Like, the amount of time it takes for a worker to do a field should be static. It shouldn't be, you know what I mean? If I'm a worker's going on a field and it's going to take him 6 hours to do the field, then if I speed up time, he should finish that work faster. He shouldn't just keep moving the same speed. He should actually, like, the speed of vehicles should be tied to time, right? But the game doesn't do that. The game, like, treats time as something that's malleable. And so for like, even things for like what we're talking about now, like production processes that actually take a certain amount of time, the game wouldn't work in the game at all, because the game has such a flexible notion of the concept of time and doesn't tie anything into reality, right? So, like we're talking about, like the sprouting process, it takes a certain amount of time. It's just, there's no way for the game to calculate that. And the only thing you can do to get around it, the only thing I can think of is to add sub-production processes, which I think some people do. Where, like, if you add a process for making malted beer, but to make the malt, which is a sub-process, you'd have to make that one very slow. Right? Make it slow, but produce a lot. Right? And then you'd have to make another process that uses that output that's faster. Right? But the downside is that because of the way the game works, you'd have to actually turn that product into something, the middle product, into something that the game knows about as an item that can be filled into tankers or filled into trailers or spawned in pallets, which is pretty annoying. Like, it doesn't really accommodate sub processes very well. But again, you know, whatever, it's a game. That kind of stuff I'll let slide, because they've made a calculated decision based on what they want the game to be. And they have made the decision at some point in time, probably back in like Farm Sim 13 or something, that time, like time, the only thing time relates to is the night and day cycles of the map and weather. So time is only bound to night and day cycles of the map and weather. Sleeping, depending on your settings, will either go to the next month or not. It doesn't necessarily go to the next day. And workers move the same speed regardless of their speed is not. And the thing is that in the game, it shows miles per hour and kilometers per hour, but logically it's not actually going miles per hour or kilometers per hour because that's based on time. So if you're going 30 kilometers per hour, then in an hour of the game, that vehicle should travel 30 kilometers, but it's not. The vehicles are traveling 30 kilometers per hour in reference to themselves, not in reference to the game clock at all. Like, those are two separate things. They're just traveling a speed of 30, not kilometers per hour or any other measurement, just a speed of 30, which refers to the physical speed, not the physical speed over time. And that's, you know, that's okay. That's a decision they made. Whatever. I don't care what their decisions are. But that one's just a little bit hard to deal with when it comes to making things realistic, because the game is not realistic in that way, which means that trying to make it realistic is challenging because that's not how the mechanics of the game work, right? And same with this game, right? I think one of the reasons they don't show speed is they never show the speed of vehicles in this game. Actually, they never show the speed of vehicles in this game because you don't have a concept of time. Like, you have no idea what time of day it is in this game. You have no idea what day it is or month it is. You don't even have day-night cycles. Like, it gets kind of evening time, and then that's it. And then it just goes to the next morning. Like, if you continuously play this game, you're never getting a true night cycle like you did in Snowrunner. You don't have any measurement of how fast the day is going. It's arbitrary. And again, that's totally fine. Whatever. It's part of the game. But I think you're calling it a true simulation, if that's what it is not really true. Like, racing games are true simulations because you're going a certain amount of speed per hour, and it's real time because then the speeds make sense, right? So I think the only way to do it would be to set it up so that the production speed is, you know, like 1 cycle per hour or something like that, with an output of, like, I don't know, let's say 1,000 or something. And then, or even 0.1 cycles per hour, so that in 24 hours, it'll only run, you know, 2.4 cycles. And then 2.4 cycles times 1,000 liters means it'll only produce 2,400 liters in 24 hours in a day cycle. So if you did something like that, you could kind of equivalate a very slow process. And then you can just do what every other modder does and just take the water tank or the fertilizer tank and have it spawn, I don't know, liquid malt in a tank for no reason whatsoever, and then put a bollard in the spawn area so it never spawns and can't spawn or something stupid, right? There's ways around it. Yeah, you could make it a staged process, 1 liter at a time to the next stage. Totally. There's ways to get close. I mean, and I think that's all. And that's all we can do, right? As people using the system and, you know, working alongside the system that Giants has created, the best we can do is get fairly close to something that seems legit. We're not even talking realistic. We're talking legit, right? I want to make malted beer, so I'm going to need malt, barley, and hops. And we haven't gotten a good hops crop, but I think there's been 1 or 2 of them in FS22. But if you're making beer, you need malt, barley, hops. And so you provide those 3 things. Like the whiskey crop here on Judith Plains, which is the one we were talking about. It requires barley, it requires corn, it requires water, and I think there's 1 other input. And so I have 2 types of whiskey. I have regular whiskey and I have rye whiskey. So one of them takes rye and one of them takes barley. And I actually read that I was reading up on rye whiskey. I was reading up on rye whiskey, and for something to be rye whiskey, it has to have at least 50% rye. I didn't know that. It should be yeast, but that does not exist. Again, so if you want, if that's the decision of the modder. If you want yeast to exist, then make it exist. Just make it as a product. Cavalier Roy made yeast on one of the maps that I played of his last year. I forget which one it was called. But he made yeast and he made dough as a thing you could make in the store. He had recipes for making dough. He had recipes for making all kinds of stuff. It was it worked pretty well. I think I want the other crane. Exactly. You could do anything. But you know, all it is that it takes time to make custom items, custom products. It's just time. So for one of the requests that we were tracking, we have to load up we have to load a number of pipes into the steel facility. So I'm going to load pipes into the trailer over there. And then I'm going to try to unlock this sand thing so I can start building a road. So I'm just moving this crane right now. And while I have the... Actually, no. I'll get the mule to do that. Yeah, me too, Geek. I prefer any kind of whiskey. Whiskey is my drink of choice. But I don't drink right now, so. How many pipes did they say I have to take out? Establish. No. Those are side quests. Here. This is 11 steel pipes. So. 11 steel pipes. There we go. And then this. Well, I got myself into a pickle here. I can't wait for the June update to come out for this game, or July update. I think it's the July update, when we can finally turn vehicles off. Can't wait. It's like right now, it's probably my only major pet peeve of this game. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that could be better, but my only pet peeve of this game right now is the fact that you can't turn vehicles off. I just can't stand that I'm leaving vehicles or sitting around idling forever. Mainly because it hurts my ears. Because I have to listen to it. I don't necessarily care that they're idling. I don't care that I'm wasting fuel that doesn't exist. I just don't like to hear it. Licorice is awful. I don't like licorice, like, in general. The only thing that I'll do that's licorice, or I used to, I don't even know if I would do it now because it's been so long, would be licorice flavored alcohol, but like I only liked one licorice flavored alcohol, which was Sambuca. And I only liked it when it was ice cold, so you couldn't almost never get it like that at a bar. You can only get it like that if you brought it from home or whatever. Or had it at home. Nope. Nope. You're not gonna let me get that? Okay, fine, whatever. Just getting these two little things out of the way so that I can pave a thing. We're going to be low on steel pipes for a little bit, but that's okay because we have so much steel to recycle, it's not even funny. Alright. Has anyone played this game before? How do I buy fuel? Like, right? I need 6 fuel to activate. How do I buy fuel? Just can I buy it at the store? Shop? This is all road work equipment. No. Oh, we're totally buying this thing. Yes. Ooh, we can finally buy the Aramatsu. We don't use submushing very often, but not... That thing looks awesome. We have this, but we can't buy it yet. So weird. Oh no, that's the Tuz. Construction depot? Do I have to physically drive there? That's annoying. That's the recycle thing. F. F, open shop. Oh, there we go. You can also, I've already seen this menu. Shut up. F. Oh, cool. Alright, cool. Well, I guess that's how you buy fuel. Thank you, sir. This thing better have a good radius. I don't want to be angry. Nope. Crappy radius. That's going to help me for like a third of my road. And there's another sand quarry here. Activate quarry. 3 to activate. Okay. Back up. Buy more. Basically, for recycling 1 of these little forklifts, I'll be able to buy 3 fuel. I haven't even seen this sand quarry yet, but I can activate it. We'll go explore there eventually, I guess. So now the whole route for my road is covered. So that means now... let's just try, just for the sake of it, now that I have those red containers out of the way, let's just for the sake of it, this thing. This. Let's dispatch again, see what vehicles it sends. Oh, it doesn't like this thing. It doesn't like this corner. That's fine. I can fix that. Dispatch. I mean, I don't want to have to, like, pave that whole thing. I will if they make me, but I don't want to have to. If it's just going to be this vehicle could totally make it. And the last one sort of ended here, so I don't know where it's going to go past this. Let's spectate again. And I like the standard mode, not the automatic mode, because I just like to see it driving. So I don't know how successful this thing's going to be. It could be, you know, a death trap. It could end up in the bottom of the quarry. Oh, it looks like from that building. See that building down there? You see in the distance? See how it has a blue thing? Whoa, that just barely made it around that rock. We're going to have to get down there. It looks like there's a little bit of a ramp. What route are you... Who planned this route? Apparently I did. Alright, let's be a little bit more conscious of the route this time. And go in between rocks. Why did it fail there? It failed over here. Let's do this. Let's go this way. Let's go right here in between those two rocks. Let's go like this. Gonna navigate around rocks because trucks cannot drive over rocks. Stupid trucks. That looks like a cliff. I don't really feel like driving on a cliff. It doesn't seem smart. Simplifying my route here a little bit. Dispatch. Here you go. I just watched from this view. I'm definitely like a wanderer type where like I see this thing, and to me, this vehicle, specifically this vehicle, looks like a ton of fun. Like it looks like an off-road camper with solar panels and really? Why do you keep failing here? I'm watching and the guy is not failing there at all. Come on. I really don't want to have to pave this whole thing. Oh, that, you know, this is what it is. This is the reason that it's failing. Is the second truck, not the first truck. The first truck is an off-road vehicle. The second truck is one of these POS trucks that can't even get over itself. And we're going to have to run a dozen of them, which means I'm going to have to pave it. Okay. Fine. Fine. We're going to have to pave it. Okay. That's fine. 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 My road crew has been waiting for an opportunity to actually get some work done, so they're over behind the concrete plant just waiting for something. They're like, give us something to do, we're bored. So yeah, that kind of off-road, like, expedition style truck, I would totally take one of those things around the world. Yeah, I can just make a sand road. So I don't have to pave, I can just make a sand road. The other thing I've been looking at a lot lately, and sort of getting into, I guess, I don't know if you want to say getting into, but I have been looking a lot at it lately, is sailing. I used to sail when I was a kid, and I think I'm gonna take some like sailing lessons to like get my certifications and stuff, and maybe find a local place around here to borrow or charter a boat every once in a while and do some sailing, maybe do some racing. San Francisco Bay is supposedly like one of those places, like if you can sail in San Francisco Bay, you can sail anywhere because it's so complex from like the wind patterns and like the tidal patterns. But I've been thinking about sailing a little bit. Just as something to do, something to learn. You know, I feel like as an adult you get to a point where around my age where you just like you realize that there's nothing more to learn, and so I'm always constantly looking for new things to learn, new ways to keep my mind active, new ways to enhance my skills in some way. I kind of want to like sand flatten this thing all in one go, which is why I'm doing the whole thing all at once. And I can flee zombies in a scale boat. 100% geek. Have to keep zombies in mind. The zombies. One thing I found for this thing is if I gun it and then just tip this thing as fast as it'll go, and go as fast as this thing will go forward, it actually creates a pretty good, like, it dumps pretty evenly. So gun it. Empty. See? It's like a pretty consistent road. Yeah, I don't like I mean, again, realism. It would be nice if the game like supported a mode where you didn't get sand from thin air and you had to actually load it at a quarry and you actually have to drive to the quarry. But in all honesty, I think the only way that works is if that didn't work at all. That was a bad pour. The only way that works is if you can get AI to do it automatically. Because if the game doing like something like this, bringing sand to this location, meant driving it back and forth to the quarry, for me, I would get very, very tired of that very quickly. Because then all I would be doing, it wouldn't be construction simulator anymore. It would be transport simulator. Right? Because all you're doing is transporting goods to be able to do construction. So I would almost think that like later on in the game we get a mobile quarry thing. Right? And I think that with the mobile quarry, it would make sense if you could set up an infrastructure route to set up a mobile quarry wherever you want. And then be able to set up dump trucks to go back and forth from an actual quarry to the mobile quarry. Right? To me, that makes sense. And that's how I would want a mobile quarry to work. If it wasn't getting a location, like the mobile quarry that's in the game isn't that at all. It's, okay, there's a sand pile here on the ground and you can set up your machinery to pull from that sand pile. From a sand pile that's already on the ground. Which does serve a purpose. But I think that the one thing that's missing from this game, and I hope that they add it, is the ability for the player to set up their own routes for their own things. Like if I want to set up a route from the from the concrete plant to my base, right? Let's say if we look at the map, like if let's say I have the concrete plant here and I've gotten the concrete plant working and I want to set up my own route from here to my base down here, and I wanted to deliver concrete slabs. So it would take the concrete slabs that I make in the concrete plant and deliver them to my base. Or I want to take all the concrete slabs this facility is making and I want to deliver 50 of them because I've made 100 so far. I want to deliver 50 concrete slabs from the concrete slabs facility to the construction depot, and I want to sell them. Go ahead and auto sell. That's the one thing that's missing, because you have the routes, you have the ability to define routes, you have the ability to, and then if you're defining your own route, I would want to pick which vehicles are going to be used on that route. Because if I wanted to make an off-road route, I want to pick like the Voron or like the bigger machines that can off-road and make an off-road route and just be able to go wherever I need. So I would love to be able to do that. And also have like a mobile base, kind of like they did for expeditions. That would be very cool. I know I'm changing my route right here. There's some rocks that are... kind of in the way. But yeah, I think that's one of the only things that's missing. It's not critical, but it's definitely missing. And it's, you know, Farm Sim does that too. Like a lot of games do that, where they have some piece of functionality that only works through as part of the quest or mission system and doesn't work for anything else. The player can't do it themselves. I'm interested to see how the new sand flattening bulldozer is going to work. Oh yeah, Kansas boy, this does. And this game is probably best played in multiplayer, honestly. Because you can have up to 4 players. And which means that, like, doing a normal roadworks job, there's 4 tasks, right? There's taking the sand, there's flattening it out, there's putting down the blacktop, and then there's rolling the blacktop. Like, there's 4 tasks to do. So it works perfect for 4-player multiplayer. I'm only playing a single player because I play at such weird times that scheduling multiplayer would be a pain in the butt for me. Hey Bruce, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We are just spreading sand right now. We're gonna flatten the hell out of this in a minute. There we go. The only other thing this game does that I don't necessarily agree with, but it is what it is you can only flatten the sand that you dump. Like this map has a lot of sand on it. You can't flatten that sand. Like a normal road, like a normal dozer would. The dozer has no effect on the actual ground sand when flattening mode. It only has effect of the sand on the fan that you pour, which is kind of annoying. Especially on this map, because there's a bunch of places where they have like sand dunes that have blown over the road. And they expect you to clear those sand dunes, but the sand flattening tool doesn't flatten the sand. Because it's not sand, it's desert sand or something. It's like a different fill type. If like you're talking farm sim logic. It's like when the two different fill types, they're both called sand, but only one of them is the one that you can use. Kind of thing. Here we go, we made it. 27 dump trucks full of sand later. I think we're going to that door. I hate when that happens. When you kind of get caught on something and you can't move forward. It's very annoying. We're going to have to continue up to the next one too, so eventually we're going to have to pour the next area. So I should start that now. Okay. Now we're going to go to... Can't believe we just poured all that sand. Now we're going to go to here. And we're going to get the new thing we just bought. Which is this one. Deploy. Because we don't care about the used one. We want the one that's painted. Because it'll work better. And I wonder if this is a sign of things to happen later. Do you notice that this thing has a fifth wheel attachment on it? I wonder if this thing will be able to pull a trailer at some point. You know what I'm saying? Alright, how well is it going to work? Actually, for flattening a single, like, path, it's not bad. That's not bad. It's a little slow, but it's actually more controllable than the other one. What happens if I go off to the side a little bit? That's not bad. Let's go deep off the side. It's not necessarily better, but it is something. Smoothing out because we have those kind of lame trucks that we have to support. Perfect. And now, grader mode manual. Oh, this grader mode manual is totally exactly for these sand dunes. That's like literally what it's for. Yeah, but if it's grader mode manual, why is it adjusting? Like, why is it not staying even? It's like the opposite of manual control. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't adjust. It should just move. I don't know if I helped that at all or made it worse. Alright, let's go on this big path. And this is our new road that we want all the trucks to follow. And we accidentally poured too much sand right here, so we've got to fix it. The way I fix it usually is go half off to one side. Right? Stop. And then half off the other side. And then stop. Then go back to the start position. Just go straight up the middle. Which should create a relatively smooth road. Without too much headaches, because the lame trucks can't handle headaches. I don't like the fact that it keeps going up and down. That's a little annoying, but I'll take it. It's creating a much wider road. And doing a really good job at it, actually. Wow, this thing is like definitely a one and done kind of process. With the other one, because the blade is so small, it's definitely not one and done. This thing's working much better than the other one, at least. A little bit slow, though. And I think the only thing I'm gonna have to do is adjust this road or the the infrastructure route to follow my new dirt road perfectly, and then it should be able to just go down the dirt road without actually using the pavement. You don't really need to pave for the AI. You don't need to pave. You just have to at least use the sand. But paving's fun, so we'll probably pave it at some point. We've got about 20 minutes left today. I do have another meeting at 9. I just was up super early for a meeting, and I thought, oh, well, I got 2 hours to kill in between major meetings. And I'm not on the clock yet, so might as well share a little bit of gameplay with you guys. Totally. Best way to kill time. That's for sure. Best way to kill time. Stream. And honestly, a lot of the gameplay that I'm doing lately is I'm not playing it very much off stream. And so for me to progress from where I was kind of thing, I have to stream. And that's just a limitation I've set for myself because I'm having fun sharing this gameplay with you guys. And I did that on purpose. Okay. We're going to move this guy off to the side. I think it's so we're not done yet. Hold on. So let's go. Keep hitting that escape button. All right, so our infrastructure route needs to be adjusted slightly. So let's click on this and adjust our route. I'm a little bit worried about this section right here. I'm afraid that I'm going to have to put sand on that to be able to get them to use it. And if I do, it's not a huge deal. It's just a bummer. Whoops. Ah. What happened? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. My bad. Here. See, now we have our own road to drive down, and this is where it totally deviates. Because I changed my path. There we go. Nice. I did a pretty good job following my own path from memory. Pretty good. But it will be nicer to once we know that this route is running, I'm gonna go get the roadwork vehicles. There we go. Dispatch. Once we know that it's working, I'm gonna go get the roadwork vehicles and pave it, because why not? It looks better from the overhead map when I pave it. The trick is, I don't care about him. He's gonna make it no matter what. The person I care about is this guy right here, who's a joker. And he might have a problem getting through this part right here. No, he actually made it through pretty well. He's not even getting caught. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, that corner's not gonna... No. It works, but... Let's fix that corner. I'm gonna let the vehicles go for now, but we have to fix that. Make a point here, and then another point here. Maybe add some sand right here to make it a curve. So this guy is the third guy is the one that really counts. He's the one that counts. If he can make it, then my route is going to be successful. And it looks like they're making it. So this guy's the guy to watch. Because, of course, the sand that I'm pouring is magic sand. And it's ultra grippy. It's ultra perfect. It's as if you're driving on a paved road. That's what makes this sand so amazing. Whoop, you almost drove off the road, dude. Careful. And Yahtzee. We got it. All right. Okay, so let's fix this corner before they send more trucks. L to cancel route. I know, yes, I know. There's already one guy there. Whoops. 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 Hit the wrong button again. Infrastructure. Click. There. Add a point there. Move this point here. Move this point here. Now I'm putting it as if they're going to cut the corner, but they don't actually cut the corner. It's just how the steering system works. Like this. If I put this like that, it'll start to turn here, and it won't like turn super late. So if you give them like hard corners, they almost never make the hard corners. Dispatch vehicles. And you know what? I don't even think I'm going to change this route, Anil. I'm just going to pave the hell out of it. And I'm going to probably... Yeah, I'm just going to come back and pave it. So let's do that. Resources. And then our route to the Oasis gas holder. So the Oasis one is here. Which means we're going to need to put sand up to this building right here. Which we can do pretty quickly. Let's do that. We've gotten good at running sand. We're definitely liking our new Our new bulldozer. Which to me makes sense because, you know, a front end loader is not really a bulldozer. It'll do in a pinch, but you really want a tracked vehicle that has better balance and can maintain being level and stuff versus a front end loader that's, you know, on tires. Ooh, I unlocked the Arling Roadworks Special. What is that? That sounds cool. I unlocked a new vehicle. Blue War. Oh, it's a yacht club. I like how yacht is in quotes. Garage. Shop. Arling something roadwork special. Oh. Oh. I unlocked a new paver. What makes this thing better? Paving width 6 meters. Ooh. I think the other was 6 meters too. That looks awesome. Buy now. Now, question is, if I compare it, so if I compare this, this is stability 3, mobility 2, 6 meters. And then the other one, just right here, stability 2, mobility 2, 4.9. Okay. So this new one is way better. And we'll use that one for paving now. Sweet. Let's get back to dumping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Okay. That's fine. We are going to have to bring a helper. Which is, where is he? He's right here. I'm emptying this thing out solely for the reason that it leaks like a sieve, and I don't like driving around with it full. So the tactic here is actually we'll just spawn this. Go over to the harbor base. The tactic with this thing is you drive this thing within the sand quarry radius, and it has its own radius you can refill from. You park this thing inside the radius, and then your dump truck can move around outside the radius as long as it's inside the radius of this truck. So you kind of do this kind of like hopscotch thing. And then you can also get infinite sand if you do it right. So my beautiful road. So smooth. Like how it's so silent when you're driving on this road. When you're driving on a sand road that you put down, it's like just like quietly crunching over the sand, which is actually how it would be. When I was a kid, I used to do a little bit of off-roading with my folks, but not really off-roading. But we would go onto the beach and go driving on the sand dunes in our like normal family SUV. But if you aired down, there were some like paths through the dunes. You could go and basically have a picnic on the dunes. So here, this guy I fill up. I switch to this one. And now this guy fills from that guy. And I'll be able to continue my route. If I didn't get stuck. And then sometimes you have to switch back to this one and refill this one. And that's how you kind of get infinite sand. As long as they're both trying to fill at the same time, you're good. Oops. Can't dump sand with a handbrake on. Here's where it gets tricky. That guy is now outside of the radius. Or I'm outside of the radius of that guy. So for the next leg of this, I need to use the infinite sand trick, which is works like this. So come here. Sit right here. And then I switch to this guy. Refill him. Now he's refilling while he's in range. See how much he leaked just by sitting there? So dumb. It's not how hydraulic doors work. Hydraulic doors will actually close and seal. But no, this game is like, oh, I don't need... Hydraulic doors don't need to work like hydraulic doors. That's not a thing. So now we move this guy into range. He's now half full, which is dumb, but whatever. Park this guy here. Switch over to this one. Fill. Switch back. Fill. Fill again. And see, it's filling from the one on the left. But eventually this one's full and that one's still filling. And that's how you get infinite sand, by gaming the system. Just means you need 2 dump trucks. Fill, go back, fill, fill, go back, go back to this guy. I love how he's just just dropping sand. Just for fun. The gate on this one is so broken. And I don't know if the like the one you buy is any better. Does anyone know? Do you guys anyone know that if the one you buy is better than this one? Because this one's a piece of junk. Like, I can understand if the door's not locked, that it will spill a little bit. That's totally realistic. But if it's locked, it should be closed. The only time it's going to open is when you start tipping. So when it's down in its lower position, it should lock. There's a latch. Right? There's hydraulics that you can see in the door that are holding it closed. But the mechanics that's showing is not showing how hydraulics work. It's showing how hydraulics don't work. Same on the bought one. See, I haven't even bothered to buy one because it's just broken. I'm gonna bet I have to go to the yellow door. Which means I need one more pour. Three, two, one, go. Okay. 17,000 trucks that are just sitting around idling. Cool. Like, why is that door open? I'm not tilting. I'm just driving. You mean the July update, Farmer G? I mean, the June one should have been in June. All right, let's flatten this out with our new dozer, which actually works like a dozer, which is great. Instead of like a bouncy house. Just a little bit extra sand right here. And we'll flatten it out. That's a bummer. Still pending? I mean, it's June 25th. Well, I guess they're as good at release dates as Giant says. We'll finish this section of road and then head out. Finish up the stream for today. And I'll probably just pave this road and then set the workers on it. AI, whatever. I really like how this dozer is kind of like a one and done dozer. That I don't have to go over it 16,000 times trying to get it flat and smooth. It just works. And the only time I actually have to like work at it is when I accidentally dump too much. Right? Like, that road is done, essentially. See? So now I have a road that I can do the whole way. Objectives. Yacht Club in the port, that's a side route. Infrastructure route. Port and Oasis gat holders. Start plotting. Oh, we're going from here. Cool. Let's put this one on top of that one. Where am I going? I'm going to go try to make a right turn there. There's a chance they'll run into each other, but hopefully they'll self-correct. It's kind of a bummer that I can't like use the same route, like just connect one route to the other and have it still work, but I think that's me just thinking in like auto drive routing. This is a long route. And we will run the vehicles on this long route next time. I'm going to have to run after this. This has been super fun. And I'm really enjoying this map. Enjoying this game in general. It's just a lot of fun. Okay, there it goes. There's my super long route. We will run that route next time. Make sure everything passes. And I'll try to pave this whole area in the meantime. Just to smooth things over. Because why not? But that's going to be it for me today. I want to say thank you everyone for joining in this weird early morning stream. If you are watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. We'll do Roadcraft again on Saturday at the latest. Maybe again before then. We'll see. But until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. And I'll catch everyone next time. Bye-bye. By the way, these names and stuff are a little bit out of date. If anyone has joined or joined the memberships, thank you. Thank you very much. Your support to this channel helps me continue to streaming and sharing content and making mods and all of that stuff. So these are the people who are helping and keeping this channel going. So thank you very much. If you'd like to be a member, go ahead and hit the membership join button thing down below. It's only a couple bucks and it helps greatly. Thank you everyone for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.